I made in the previous video, as I said very clearly in the previous video, it's very important to me to be as precise as possible with everything I say on these videos. And if you're here with me in the beginning, doing the reps, I really appreciate that greatly, right? And I'm certainly 1000% trying to donate rare gems of wisdom that have helped me greatly in life. And I know how valuable and actually how rare gem a lot of this wisdom is, because as a young person that was like a throwaway kid, right? I found my secret sauce talking to old school gym killers who were tough. I had a tough life, so I gravitated towards tough people. And then I got tough advice, hard truths, and I knew how seriously effective those were into comparison to what the rest of the world had to offer. So I stayed out of what I call the comfort zone, the soft areas of life, and I really gravitated to the hard areas of life where the hard guys were, and they had those hard truths and hard wisdoms that was really like hardcore effective for me in life, and that remains true now. And the thing that I love about this is it's almost like the study of biology or physiology and fitness and things. No one person's gonna really know it all, you know? So we can have a very constructive, creative approach to this. I'm coming to you right now from Buenos Aires, Argentina. There's a special time right now. There's freedom in the air. There's truth in the air. There's a radical, hard truth, hard reality guy who's saying we're going to suffer for a minute, but we're going to make it even harder on ourselves. We're going to slash the currency value officially, right? And we're going to start to deal with some of the corruption and the inflation that's been caused by previous administrations, right? So it really takes this hard right road to clean up the muck. And this is a lot of like how life is for a person. You live a lie until you live the truth. You will live far from the truth until you start to live close to the truth, okay? That's really what it is. You will live, you know, you may be fat, you may be depressed, you may be programmed by a parent who thinks something's not what it is, like Santa Claus or whatever, you know. You may be misguided by the news and over-passionate about this and confused and distracted from what your real true destiny is. There's all kinds of states of being that people are experiencing right now further from the truth, right? Over here. It's crazy. Argentina has these skeleton keys. There's a whole different electrical plug here. There's a whole different version of Spanish here. It's you know, this is a really unique country, more European almost than Latin American, even though that it is in Latin America. But it really is this whole world of its own, and they have a pride about that. They know it. They know what it is. They know that this is pretty spectacular country here for this 50 million population with cities that rival New York and Paris. You know what I'm saying? It's a really, well, off the beaten path. You have to make the drop down. But man, these people like to work, you know. They had bad academia, most definitely, and political class. I mean, Buenos Aires itself was the fastest growing city twice in history. You know, maybe that's why the devil extinguished it hard. What has led me here is old school wisdom, most definitely, and the care that old schoolers take, especially old schoolers who do their push-ups every day and really have that momentum and level of energy, okay, that you just can't have if you haven't been addressing the fitness, right? If you haven't been really gearing up that flesh temple that houses the spirit so that it can animate and do all kinds of productive, helpful things throughout its day. So, you know, the reason I started this channel, Old School Gym Killers, is because that is what I would look for growing up, as I would be displaced from here, there, and everywhere and have to go all over the globe. Literally, by the time I was a young 30-year-old lad, I had already been around the globe. I had been around the country on several different adventures. You know, your life should have chapters. At the end of your life, you don't want to just look back and be like, damn, I worked that one office job for 4 years. Or maybe you do. I mean, there's a lot of, an office job that has a steady paycheck can support a lot of life. That is a tree with a strong trunk. I don't want to speak bad about that, because there's people that I truly love that have pulled off amazing things that I couldn't. Supported I've watched a person, I'm thinking, you know, my dad, he supported 3 families with adult kids, middle-aged kids, you know, and he just keeps going, and it's always positive influence, always, you know, skiing, hockey, productive sports, totally positive influence, and doing good things, you know, constantly, all throughout, everywhere he goes, for the people that are in his sphere of existence. And it's been really beautiful and example setting to see, and I just try to live on that name, you know, and live on that spirit in recognition and appreciation for him. And my uncle also was the same way, and I have had from that there down so many old schoolers who kill it in life, who just stay applied, flow state to flow state, are conscious, you know, reach an extreme level of performance in several genres. All right, that's very, very true about my dad, right? And many people in the world, and it's very not true about lots of people. There's a lot of lames out here, man, that just don't really do anything significant. They've, you know, the most significant masterpiece thing they've ever done is some kind of fucked up child abuse or drug abuse or ridiculousness, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, for us to really communicate gratitude to above, you know, it's becoming our best so that we can help the rest. You know, we come to this world and we behave as nature instructs us, right? We grow a strong trunk, you know, fight with the other cubs, get our claws sharpened up, and then when we get to that age, it's time to get out of the nest and fly, right? You know, and get that independent library of journey, adventure to adventure to adventure, at least for a little part. Like the Europeans definitely know, all the Europeans, you know, from 18 to 20, they go travel for 2 years to expand their mind, to find out more about the world before they decide what they want to do. You know, I love this quote from Johnny Depp, okay? And it's, you know, most people today, they have to fall in line with the person in front of them. That's you, all right, I get it. I respect that. But just know that I'm way on the other side of the fence somewhere, right? You know, I'm going to look to above or look within and become a true, authentic being of my own fingerprint, uniqueness, and likeness, and address my spiritual calling that's screaming at me. Who knows what that is for you? I know what it is for me. It's to serve nature, you know, on a grander scale, and to operate and to actuate a land enhancement, an ecological enhancement that involves enriching life in every way, you know. And so I want to do that for human culture, because I have small humans in my sphere of responsibility, whether they want to listen to me or not. It's for me to drop now something of good, wholesome, integral nature as much as possible, so that it can be found should that person choose. Should not, this is my artistic, mental, daily contributions in respect and appreciation for all of those that have been given to me I should try to pass them on in some sort of exercise, right? In some sort of artistic medium at some level. And for me, I've always just been a real straight shooter. You know what I mean? I've been always just like from start to finish, just give it to me how it really is. You know what I'm saying? And there's no lies and love, and just give me what the truly shit is, and we'll work it out. If you've got my back, then I've got your back. But if you're sitting there fucking trying to just like do the thing that every fucking person does and just tries to stack them over all others as the fucking almighty, all right, I saw that already 1,000 fucking times. And really, if we really want to fucking play that game, I started out, I don't want to talk about it no more. I put it in the initial videos because it should be there. And I'm told by the graders, the old school gym killers that I pay attention to now, and that you should start to tell your story. Even though I'm not really a storytelling kind of guy, so I'm not going to tell that. But what I'm just going to say is I've definitely, I would say, I'm sure any spectator would vote that, I've 10 for 10, definitely had to go through the grit, and so, and we all have to go through our own grit in life, and that will show on the final product, you know what I mean? And some people really have found a way to embrace, a real hardcore lifestyle and put some class about it, about how they buckle down, right? So I think that's really the next genre of space. We needed the hardcore message, and we had a few guys come out and give it, but to put that class on the message and to start to just form into bodies, that's the really next thing in conscious awareness is we need to have bodies of 5 to 13 guys where there's a confidence and there's a collective interest in everyone's success, and dudes are actually flipping the switches and knocking out things for each other. They're investing in each other. They know that each other has each other's backs, because I think, and then go from there, right? And try to open up a palette, an arena to where a collaborative lift can be initiated and maintained. Nature is a collaborative diversity of billions of species, and this shit's the most functioning system that we've got. It's been going for billions of years. You know what I'm saying? And it's not learning the hard way over and over and over and over, okay? There's a mycelial communication. Look at Paul Stamets' new book, Mycelial Running. Anyway, all way beyond that. Listen, there's a joint comprehension consciousness. We just need to be our best so that we can help the rest. We don't need to learn the hard lessons that this other person learned when we can learn from their story and climb up onto the shoulders of greats and have exponential learning as a complete culture, as a complete ecosystem where human intelligence can now actually enhance what's going on rather than being the wrench in the fucking spokes over and over and over and over and over again. You know what I mean? Pay attention to nature. You'll understand everything better. Even with all those wrenches in the spokes, continues to operate for hopefully billions more years, right? With our help, could for surely be. Anyway, that's the idea here, right? That's the idea with my YouTube contributions, is to spark and give me in the comments, and I'll just keep going over things, and today's thing is just definitely the value of old school gym wisdom. It's valuable. You can, and I've said this a bunch of times before, but I will say it again. The Winners Club is in every single city. It's right where you are right now. It's the first hour that the gym is open. Get there for 30 days. The first 10, don't say nothing, just smash all 30 days. The final 20, start to to see and introduce yourself to other people who are in there smashing. Start to get an idea of what they're doing. Maybe they can put you on, and there's another chapter. You know, definitely there's a lot to be said about a mono focus and a mono task, and have your three mono, spirit tipping ideologies that you commit to over decades, or at least 1 decade, right? But then beyond that, have some definite artistic, multidisciplinary, artistic, cultural involvements in a practice that is, a productive action, and that way, at the end of the day, and that way, at the end of your decade, you've got 3 things you really got, and you're a well-rounded person, that doesn't have too many holes in their game, and people are really, really wowed, constantly impressed. And that's really, if you look at any kind of sales agenda, just as far as like you to an idea, you to a cause, you want to apply to and answer and constantly impress that cause. If you constantly impress that cause, you are a part of that cause, and eventually you may be this spear tip of that cause, which is bigger than you, but associated to your. So anyway, I'm just abstractly getting this myself, right, from guys like Wes Watson and Bradley and Terrence Howard and Joe Rogan, right? And a lot of these, Andrew Tate and the Tate brothers and Michael Frantesi, okay? And I really appreciate all these guys because they speak the truth. Candace Owens for president, you know what I'm saying? They speak the truth. They're married to the truth. They have to tell the truth. They love telling the truth. They will just tell the truth to your face and laugh and word it fucked up and offensively. And you have to absolutely love that right now, because it's hard truths that we need. And like I said, for me right now, I'm just thinking about that extra little piece of class that I can put on it, So I hope I'm doing that. If you've, by slim chance, find this, and then by even slimmer chance, have the character to make an honest comment back and forth and start having that kind of honest exchange, that's what's up. Respect to you. Rare. Cool. Let's keep going.